So this will be as a hands-on mock interview assignment where a requirement will be given from the customer to us, and then they ask some particular things in a particular way, and we will go through that and deliver the project. The name is Fleet Management Systems. That is a system where fleet is there for the collection of buses, and they had to go some garages and we had to create the maintenance records. So these are the detailed app specification and the customizations requirement. We will go one by one. So first we will work on the data model, then we will see how the data gets created, then we'll see that what they want, some of the fields to get updated with using the Apex triggers, and some of the things we will have to do with the back processing. We will have to create a lightning page and slowly, and then we will work on the submission, then how we can deploy the app to another org. So for that, we can have multiple ways to do that. So we will try two ways. One is packaging, means, capturing all the data, all the configuration and test classes from an org, and we will send it to, means we will do the to the VSD, and then we'll do the Git, and we will deploy. We can use that GitHub repository to deploy to another org as well. So same thing we can do with the packaging as well. So let's go with the step one. In the step one, we will discuss on the data model. In this, we are trying to do just like, how we will create the custom objects, and, what will be the relationships on them, and, as per the requirement. So in this field, we are trying to capture lots of unique fields, which normally we don't use, but we have tried to capture them here so that, we will get experience using them. Just like, for example, how to use the location, where to use the location, and how to use the, that's called image, how to get a picture, all those things, and how we will use them in the LWCs as well. And then we will work on the data creation, because when we create an object, for testing purposes, we need to have some data. So we will just create some classes as well, and also we will trigger from the flows to get the data. So this will be kind of a custom object after we create, and we'll get the data on it. So just like lots of fields are here, and lots of data is there. So when we will create the custom object and then we'll get the data over there, it will look like this. The next will be the custom object garage. In that, 4 fields are there, and also we will provide the data as well. The other object will be the maintenance record. This data, we will, in this custom object, we will get the data through our batch processing. So the next thing will be, after creation of the data, after creation of the custom objects and the relationships, we will have to provide some data for our sample testing. So in that case, I had created a test class. I had created a class to create the data, and I'm just triggering it through the flow. And then for a flow for the creation of data is provided as a utility bar, as shown below in our fleet management buses page. It is, we will click on that button, and then it will create the data. So this is the way how we will navigate to the app. Just like, we will just open the org, go to the app, and then you can click on fleet buses. You will see the buses over there, and you can click on the data, click here to set up the data flow, and then it will refresh, and you can refresh the page and you'll get the data over there. And then of course the LWC will be there. We can go in those detail later. Okay, so I think we are ready to do the demo for this data model and relationships. So let's go to the org. Here is our org. Refresh the page. Okay, so just ignore the right side of the page. This is the LWC. We'll discuss about that later. So as I discussed, that we have the custom object bus is created, garage is created, and then maintenance record is created. If you go in buses, that is a custom object. You can see in edit object what are the fields over here. These are the fields. This is a checkbox, text, image we have given, and then bus name. Picture is given, which is a formula. So we will use it to create the image. Just like we can do like this, and then we will get the image. There it is, just how much width you want in our object, how it will appear like that. And next are, latest automated reading. This we will use and when we will work on the batch file. Location of the bus, maximum capacity, nearest garage. These all the things we will use when we will work on the trigger and then batch process. So while making the data model, let's go back in that slide one more time. If you come up here and then see this specification, yeah. So see here they are giving us that all the fields are given actually, and all the data types are there. We have to decide on our own that what type of field we should take. And also some of the fields I introduced myself while working on the trigger and then back processing, just like I showed you here, like I had to take the nearest garage because they wanted to send to the nearest garage. For example, 4 or 5 garages are there, but that when the maintenance record should be created, the bus should go to the nearest garage. That I had to calculate while I was running the batch file. So we'll just look into those things in more details later. But another checkbox also I created here, how to decide for schedule for service. So that also have created formula. So for what we are discussing right now, for this thing, we will be providing you complete this PowerPoint slides, GitHub directory for all the codes we are using, and a package as well. And you can just use this code as a reference and you can develop on your own. Okay, so this is same thing is given for the garage. If you go and then see the custom object, you can see how I created the fields over here. 4 or 5 fields are here, and relationship with the bus. That's what we created over here. Okay, the next object is the maintenance records, and the maintenance record is maintenance record is here, and lots of other fields are here that also we can see. These are the fields over here, and then some relationship we had to create here as well. Schedule time, schedule reason, garage lookup field. This is the nearest garage. We had to send the bus, and then for bus, of course, within the bus and garage, we have the lookup relationship. Okay, let's move forward to the data creation. So as we see here, so right now no data is here. So if we create any trigger, and also if we try to run any batch file, we don't have any data. So we need to create some data. So that's why I have given some flow over here. We'll just click on it, and then we click next. Data will be created, and then we'll refresh. So you can see in the bus, some data came up, and also in garage, also some data came up. That's what we got from flow. So let me show you how we get this data. So we have the flow over here. Let's go here and then set up flow. So this is the flow here, create the data. In that we are doing just normal thing. This is the one screen we have created, and also we have created we are just triggering a Apex class over here. And then again, the screen is there just to show the data created successfully. So when we are triggering this one, so let's go to the code, and then we can see here which data creation. This is the data creation file over here. So this is the data creation file. So that file because we had to invoke through the flow, so we had to add here invocable mode method, and we are calling the bus for 5 times and then garage for 5 times. And then you can see here we have created another class over here, the test data factory. I'm calling it 5 times, create buses, and also for the garages also I'm doing the same thing. I'm capturing everything in the exception handling try catch. So if something is going wrong, we can get the data over here in the catch one. And I'm just trying to capture the list as well, what we are getting after entering the data. So that way we can see that data getting inserted or not while doing in the debug messages as well. I always try to add this cache in the debug when I'm doing catch. So if you are doing the debug of your code and try to enter in filter catch, and if you see any catch comes up, it means something went wrong in your code, even though sometimes it will not throw the error, but we might miss some functionality to be happening if it is exception handling is going to the catch. So I think I like this idea to get capture over here. So let's open the test data factory over here. So yeah, this is the one. So this is, I have created, this is the list, and then I'm capturing the all the type of garages over here, and the naming. I'm doing the name dot random function for location dot latitude. Also, I'm trying to get with the name dot random function, and for create buses also I'm trying to do. So this is, you can see how I'm creating the data, and then a list of the data how I want. I can create even more data by providing 10 over there. Right now I'm doing 5 of them. So I'm trying to create the buses of different types, just like maximum capacity 24, and some are ready for use, and the different images, different latitude and longitude, so that we can test our trigger and batch processing properly, right? Because they have different conditions in trigger, and this data will be very useful. So I think we are good with the code here. So let's go back here and we saw the data, how it is working, and we saw how that is working. Okay. So now let's go back to our power slides. So this we covered. Okay, yeah, flow is there. Yeah, how to navigate this demo is done. So now let's go through the Apex trigger. So we got a requirement to calculate the resale values for all the buses, which are, I think that 24 passenger, 36 passenger, and also they should be only ready for use. And after every 100K on the odometer, the price is reduced by this, and then conditioning is there. Then we know we had to starting the selling prices 3%, starting selling price by 3%, and also it's 1972 or older. So there are lots of conditions are there. So we have to create. So I would say that we, after creating the data model, we should always see that what type of what should we choose, the declarative option or the class Apex option. We should always think about that before moving forward with it. even if we cannot do this with the process builder and flows, then only we should go for the triggers. But in this one, the requirement was to create the trigger. That's why I move ahead with the triggers. Like that. Okay, so let's see what is happening in the trigger here. So this is the trigger. And yeah, so in this, what we're trying to say, as per those options, resale value get calculated. These values will be calculated only for 36.1 and then 24.1. So this is how. So let's do the demo of Apex trigger. Let's go back to the org. For example, if we are here and we see the buses are here, and then as soon as you create the data, you will see the resale value should get created. You can see here the resale value get created for some of them, which are 36 or 24. You can see here. Only for those values it got created. For 60, it did not, because that was the thing. And ready for use is there. It had to ready for use, of course. So let's do the again. For example, if this is a 61 and we see no resale value is coming up for this, right? So as soon as we make this bus as the 24, so let's see that resale value should start coming up. So right now you can see it is null. And as soon as I click on it and make it 24, as soon as I save it, the trigger should execute and then resale value will come. Right? And it should be correct always. And you know, if we change the year, for example, right now the year is 2001. If you make it 1972, as per their condition something, it should go drastically more. Right now 3600, if we save it, it will go even more something, right? So let's go to the now code. Now you can see here, right, for those buses, it started coming up. For the first bus, I think it came here because of 36.1. So it is coming up something different here. What we right now we triggered 144. Yeah, this is the one. The last one which triggered 94. So let's go to the code for trigger. Let's go here, and then this is the trigger. So yeah, this is we are using, you know, is before trigger, is insert, and we have created the helper class. And then calculate say resale, and then trigger.new we are passing from here. So when we open the class for handler, so this is the one handler. So you can see here that this is a trigger we are trying to make. These are specifications we already went through. And you can see here that we are taking the list buses here. And then we have to decide, you know, the sell price as per the 24 or ready for status. And then as per their odometer reading, we had to calculate little more the resale value. And as per the air conditioner as well, we had to do something more calculation. And same thing we'll do for the 36 one. And in the end, we are trying to do is that if these conditions are not satisfying, when it is not 36 or it is not 24 or it is not, you know, ready for use or something, then we will make it null. So that's what we are trying to do here in else. So, you know, we need to test it always that, you know, as soon as we create, for example, if we go back and then change any of the buses from 36 to 20, from 60, 36 to 24 to 60, then resale value should go away, kind of those things. So these kinds of all things we have tried, we should try to test. Okay, so this is the one. And also we should create always the test class for the trigger as well, because to move the package or to the production, we have to have one at least class for triggers. So I must have created one test class for it. Yeah, this is a test class. So in this test class is very simple to create for trigger. Basically, we should not just call the method for the trigger. Basically, we should execute, we should make the trigger to execute, get executed. So that's how we can do is that we will be doing, we just had to create some data through the test classes. So as soon as you create some data, the trigger will automatically execute. And then, you will show the result, you will see the results, and then we can capture the results in some list. And also we can do the assert equals, and then, we can see something with that. I'm doing always the bulkifying code. I'm using the, always creating the multiple data, so that, and also making some assert statements and something like that. We are inserting and something like that. So lots of classes I have created. So because we have lots of conditions in the trigger, so basically we should try always to do the 100% of the, testing. That's how I'm trying to do it here. Just like, for example, trigger should not execute, for example, for the schedule for maintenance. So I'm making sure that I'm creating one of the data for that condition as well. And I'm trying to create some of the data with 1972. Whatever conditions are given over there, for the positive condition, the negative condition, I'm trying to capture all of them there as much as possible. So let's go back to the slides. I think we are done with the trigger demo. Let's go here, and then demo of trigger we covered. Okay, let's go with the batch processing. So batch processing, we are seeing here that the company has some buses with sensors that records the odometer reading and last spring location to the bus on a daily basis. Based on that information, they want to schedule a maintenance visit for all their 60-seater buses after every 5,000 miles. And they want to schedule also. And, they're asking us to use the Apex classes. So what we are trying to do is here, basically, they just want that, as soon as this odometer reading is more than 5,000, it was 0, of course, in the beginning, right? So it is, as soon as it becomes 5,000, it should go for scheduling for, maintenance. And it should go for the nearest garage. So that's what the functionality they want. And then one maintenance record should get created for that bus with the nearest garage. So for that, what I provide the functionality is that as soon as I'm running the batch file and I'm just putting that odometer reading in latest odometer reading, and then because that next time when the reading is again increasing, then we can always calculate the difference between latest odometer reading and the odometer reading. When it becomes again the 5,000, then again we have provided a checkbox over here, the schedule, the for service one, it will get checkbox, and our batch file will take that data into account and execute one by one. We will see the code as well for this. Okay, and we have created the two type of flows to do the batch processing. One is to one-time submit the batch to create the maintenance record, and another one is to schedule on the nightly basis as per the requirement. So let's see. This one is the one flow I have added in the Lightning page to capture the to kick off the batch file. And then second one is this is the one I have added in the batch file, and another schedule trigger flow also we have created here. In that, I'm calling the schedulable class over here. And as soon as you kick off any of them get kicked off, we will see the maintenance record will get captured. Okay, so let's do the demo of batch processing. Let's go in the all buses and refresh it. So what I have tried to do it here is just like, so as soon as what I'm doing it here is odometer reading is 5,000 and this latest odometer reading is 0. So basically then I'm using a formula field over here, which will have the checkbox checked. So basically now our batch file can capture these records where the schedule for service is checked, and then it can kick off the maintenance record for them. And as soon as they kick off, we will add this odometer reading to latest odometer reading. So that basically difference will be 0. And then, next time it will not pick up unless the difference again will be 5,000. So let's go and kick off, and then we'll see the results over here. For example, if I come up here and then do the next, and then I'll do this thing, a refresh, and we'll go maintenance records, and you'll see the maintenance records should come. Yeah, this is because this is the Apex batch file, so sometimes it takes little bit time. So now you can see, right, now this bus will go to the nearest garage. This calculation we have done in the batch file, batch execute. We'll see the code in a while. So you can see here, so scheduling reason, I'm doing the constant here. Odometer reading also I'm just capturing here, and schedule time also the, now current time, and, bus, and then nearest garage rating will become here. Okay, and as soon as this got triggered, so you can see no checkboxes there now. As soon as this, and then this odometer reading is coming up here in the latest odometer, and this is now no checkbox here. So for example, and now as time passes by, buses will be running around again, and then this odometer reading, as soon as it will kick off, for example, it becomes 10,000, right? And then what will happen is, as soon as you save this record, you'll see that this checkbox will again become this thing. So as soon as now the odometer reading is again 10,000, and this was 5,000. So now basically what will happen is that the difference will come again, and then now again this will go for the maintenance again, right, in the nearest garage. That's how the functionality is. So let's go to the code of this, so which is here. Yeah, this is the one. So in this, what I try to capture is start here, and then we are trying to capture figuring out what is coming up to we are trying to take all the fields here, and then we are seeing that for which schedule for service is true, right? And then we have that list over here, and then we'll take that in the basically we are taking the query locator. This list I just provided just for our own confidence in what we are getting. Basically, we are using the query locator. What we add here, that will get captured, and we are sending that to this execute list bus here, and this will pick up one by one. And what we are doing it, we are just passing that status now to schedule for maintenance. Now we are passing everything, latest odometer reading in there. And also now we are calculating the nearest garage. And then finally we are creating a maintenance record with all those values we captured. Just like, nearest garage value, we are adding it here. And also we are putting the recorded meter reading in maintenance record, and everything we are adding it here. And we are trying to capture, because what I see is if we are taking the database false over here, we should always take this kind of thing. Otherwise, if things are not getting inserted, system will not inform you that why it is not inserted. Of course, it will not throw out abrupt message or, just, but it will just, not give the errors. So then we should always give this thing. So we'll always see that what is happening. And here for the calculation of nearest garage, we are having a separate here method. This is how we are calculating. This is a little complicated, and then how we are doing it, that to basically the nearest garage, how we are calculating the where is the bus right now and where is the garage locations. We are comparing with the every garage what is location nearest to that bus, and then we are finding a distance between them, and then we are having the minimum location one. This is how we are getting it.